We like to say that we're the city of fountains, and even in the cold of winter, a few stay on.
So for this edition of the feature we call My Favorite Fountain, producer-videographer Dave Burkhart headed east to find one.
To the edge of Swope Park, and a year-rounder named for a man you've probably never heard of.
We are at the Half Circle Fountain, and it's at the entrance to Swope Park on Meyer Boulevard. This is my favorite fountain because Delbert Half was the original person that drew up all the legal works that established the park board. Had it not been for his good work, we wouldn't have the board we have today. We wouldn't have the system we have today. Swope Park is our largest park. It's our grand dam, as you might say, as far as the park system is concerned. This is the grand entrance. You can see the columns here, of course, that tell you this is the grand entrance. The fountain is not a circle. The fountain is a rectangle. So why do you call it half circle? Well, because of this curved road around us associated with it. So you are in an area that's in a curved pattern, but you have a rectilinear fountain in the middle of a curved circle. I mean, if you could imagine 1940, that's several years ago. Fountain years are kind of like dog years, you know, like 7 to 1, you know. So, you know, the freezing, the thawing, and the wear and tear on the weather, and they just don't, they tend to put a lot of toll on them as far as, you know, the deterioration. So it's not ever had a major renovation done to it in that long period of time. So minor repairs, but today we need to be able to spend some resources on this to fix it. That's where the City of Fountains Foundation steps in. I think he'd be proud. He was here when the fountain was built in 1940. His name was placed with it. I'm sure he was proud on that day. Mr. Half did pass away 3 years later in 1943 at the age of 84. And of course, as George Kessler and August Meyer and other leaders of this community envisioned this parkway and how it was all built, he was able to enjoy it, and I'm sure he stood pretty close to where we are today. People should come here because it was one of the most beautiful areas in our city, which shows the great amount of open space that we have in our city to be enjoyed and appreciated.